Okay, everybody, I'm so excited because I am joined by Khary Payton, aka King Ezekiel. We're talking all about The Walking Dead final season that is coming out this Sunday, and it's already out on AMC Plus. Khary, how you doing today, man?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm feeling excited that the show's finally getting rolled out after such a long time off. Where everybody's feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah, and I've always wanted to talk to you, and Ezekiel's one of my favorite characters, and I have to ask this. I know it's a little older, that already happened a little while ago, but I am a big fan of the comics, and
Right.
I always was like, wow, I was always nervous your character was going to get the head on the spike from Alpha. Was
Sure.
there anything from you in negotiating to avoid that? Did you have any say in the matter?
Oh no, no, none at all. None at all. It was one of those deals that I knew that I was safe for a while. Because I had a certain amount of things that had to happen to Ezekiel before he might die, and then I knew it was leading up to the festival and the spikes and all of that, and I was like, well, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm kind of used to always having to go get another job, so I figured this might be, just one of those situations. Nothing is promised. Hyman Roth said it in Godfather 2. You got to believe it. You know, this is the business we've chosen.
Hell
So,
yeah, hell yeah.
so you always got to go and find another gig. I loved Ezekiel. I wanted to play him as long as possible. And yeah. I don't know. It was maybe a month before we shot all of that we finally found out that I wasn't gonna die. You know, and I was still signing pictures to the snotty 14-year-olds who were telling me that they knew how I was gonna die, and I just sit there and smile and just like, kid, you have no idea. you know so now it's kind of cool because we've gone into this territory where the show is really taking on a divergent path because Rick's gone. There's a lot that's different. So nobody knows anymore except us. We
Yeah.
really do have secrets.
So that's interesting. You said there's a lot different about the show now too, but
Mm.
there's also a lot different about how you're filming this show. And I always think about the picture you shared on Instagram with you and those two zombies with the masks on. And I wonder,
Yeah.
in that timeline of you guys filming the bonus episodes, but filming this last season, was there like any drastic changes just even from that time to filming this final season on set and how you guys did it?
Yeah. I mean, well, I guess those COVID episodes were kind of a litmus test, to see if we could shoot during COVID and keep everybody safe and all of that. So it turned out we did a really good job of that. Anytime somebody did end up coming down with the virus, they were able to quarantine away from people. We stopped it really early. It never became a thing that kind of ran rampant through the film set, and which is great because we never had to shut down. We shoot here in Atlanta, and there's so many other productions that had to shut down, and we never did because honestly, our producer Joe Caprera, it was just incredible. He was so on top of it. He was like, I want to be known as that dude who kept it together, and he has, and so we knew that, okay, we did all right there. Let's try and extrapolate this out and make our big show, because we really made it very small in those COVID episodes because we didn't know how it would go. But we kind of pulled out all the stops again, and just were very, very careful, and we continue to be.
Yeah, no, that's a great answer. And that's, I think a lot of people are going to want to hear and interested in, but yeah. And it makes you excited to see what product we're going to get on the screen for this final season. And you mentioned too, that you film in Atlanta. I always wonder with your character, I feel like your character's got, the most costume you got to wear. And I can't imagine you wearing that costume, then having to wear a mask at points. Have you ever just thought about pitching, like, what if like Ezekiel just got a buzz cut? Like, is there any idea to like,
I absolutely wanted to share. You know what? I pitched it to Angela Kang, and she was like, I think we got a kid. But I was like, what if we just shave just everything but the top, And it was like, you remember that band Living Color, The
Yeah. Oh
dude had
yeah.
like the long braids, but they were just like this mohawk at the top of
Yes.
his head. And I was like, what if he just threw those things around like that? I was like, that'll cool me off. No, actually, the hair is pretty cool because it shades me from the sun a lot, So you'll always find wherever the sun is, I kind of turn away and just let it use that canopy. The all of the clothes were the problem. Those clothes were so hot, but I'm pretty used to the wig. I call it Marley. That's
Oh,
for
okay. Of
obvious reasons. And
course.
yeah. And so me and Marley and me, we do real good. I just want like Speedos, you know,
I love
Speedos and
that.
combat boots and Marley.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Yeah, there's still time. Maybe we could still see that. So what I love too is I just think you have one of the best Instagrams, and there's honestly, I re-scrolled through it today, and there's two great videos of you in costume as Ezekiel dancing with an umbrella. It's not raining in either of them, so I'm wondering: are you a man who just loves umbrellas, and when you see one, do you automatically start dancing?
You know what? I started dancing. That was one of those. My kids still, are still in LA, and it was early in the morning, and I like to send them videos in the morning before they wake up. And so, and I actually filmed that in the first season that we were in on the show,
Oh wow!
and I was just looking back through videos and things, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot I sent that to the kids. I was like, this will be fun. I'll throw it out there. But yeah, all of those umbrellas are out there just to shade people from the sun. Every once in a while somebody doesn't drink enough water and passes out and has to go to the hospital. It happens every year.
Right,
We try to
right.
tell people to, but every year somebody
Wow.
ends up with an IV in their arm because it's just brutal out here. And
Sure.
so yeah, there are yeah, it's almost never for the rain. It's almost always for the sun.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's what I figure, and that's what's cool too. Is like also that you have like a fun Instagram and just a presence about you. But I think my favorite thing about you is that you're a fan as well, not just of The Walking Dead, but other art, and that you even get excited about figurines that come out of Ezekiel. I'm gonna guess that's an Ezekiel
Yeah.
Funko Pop behind you. You're the
Oh,
first
absolutely.
celebrity. Yes.
Actually, that Funko that was before Ezekiel came out, and
Wow.
the Ezekiel one somebody made that out of other Funko Pops, and
That's
so that
amazing.
was one of the first. This is one of the first things somebody gave to me. Those are my
Wow.
feathers that I wore during All Out War. But
Oh, that's
this
awesome.
this guy was made
Wow.
custom by a fan. One of the first things somebody gave me, and so I've
Amazing.
always kept it. Look at those green pants. I love green. There you
I
go.
love
So
that.
so yeah. I think they did a really great job.
But that's what's exciting me is like you're the first celebrity I've talked to who has like these things like behind me, or you call them nerdy things. But do you, being that
Nerds
you're
rule the
with,
world, baby. Nerds rule the
yes,
world.
but I'm happy you
You
don't
know,
change that. Is that something you were like ever tempted to like change that you got famous? Like I'm happy you like, is that important to keep that joy kind of, you know what I mean?
man. You know what? Everybody that well, not everybody, but people have always told me, to go the easy route and go, and kind of go along. If I'd have listened to them, I never would have made it to Los Angeles. That when I drove out here from where I went to school in Dallas, Texas, the first song that I put in the CD player was "Wheels Go Round and Round" by John Lennon, because the first
Wow.
line says, "People think I'm crazy doing what I'm doing," and it's like, you know what, this is why we pop. This is why we tell memorable stories, because we do it in a way that other people don't, and those things resonate. And so in order to keep working, you gotta keep not being afraid to look like an idiot, not being able to look as nerdy as you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah.
It turns out nerdy is pretty cool.
Dude, I love that. That's just motivation. It just makes me happy hearing that from you. That's awesome. So this being the final season, my last question for you is: what will you take away most with this experience of being on The Walking Dead, and would you be open to be part of any Walking Dead spinoffs that might come about?
I love Ezekiel too much to say no to playing him again. I have uh, I guess legacy with Ezekiel of being kind of a positive light in the dark place, and trying to, remain, hopeful in a dark place. I've met hundreds of people and heard from thousands that really resonated with. And so I know that I'm telling stories that are relevant to people's lives, and that's all I've ever really wanted. And so that's what Ezekiel means to me, and has given to me, as just as far as worth, knowing that these aren't just silly stories that I'm telling, but they help people get through, I mean, at the end of the day, that's all I've ever really wanted.
Yeah, man. And that transfers that energy you're saying, that touching people, it goes to the fans for Ezekiel. And that's because of your great performance and love, obviously, for the character. So everybody watch The Walking Dead season 11, the final season. It's out this Sunday on AMC. But if you have AMC Plus, you can already watch it ahead of time and
Exactly.
get a jump on everything. So thank you so much, Khary, for joining me. And I hope to talk to you in the future one day.
Awesome. Appreciate you, man. Thanks so much for having me.